My name is Luzelle ROUGH CUT. I'm 29 years old. I work for the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees. I'm a recipient of the Mandela Rhodes Scholarship, class of 2006. And with that scholarship, I did my master's degree in political management at the University of Stellenbosch. I think the one thing that I take from the life of Mandela is that not all of us are called for greatness. He had a great and I think a very divine purpose. But what I learned from his life is that everyone can live a great and an exceptional life through serving others. That is the example that is set for us as young people. I'm 6 months pregnant. I've been married for a couple of years and we planned it. In terms of the future of my child, I'm hoping that my child will live up to the principles and the values of Tata Mandela as he taught us. I definitely believe there's a future for our children in this country. I definitely believe that they have a role to play as well. And so I'm very positive about bringing this child into a new democratic South Africa. I work currently for the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees in Pretoria. I work with government in particular to ensure that the rights of refugees and asylum seekers are protected in this country. I work with refugees directly and also with NGOs that serve the refugee community or the forced migrant population in South Africa. Hello, Mama Fanny.
Hi, Luzelle. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks, and you?
Fine, welcome.
Thank you very much. Nice to see you again.
Left hand and right hand and wiggle your bum and dance like Fatima. Yay! Yay!
And in addition to that, I'm involved with a community building project called Rachel's Angels here in Cape Town, where we work with 20 schools in the Western Cape. Rachel's Angels is at the very heart of it. It's a community building initiative. It's a mentorship program where students from the University of Stellenbosch, mostly black students, mentor our learners from previously disadvantaged communities, and our aim is to build excellence in high school education in the Western Cape.
When I was small, I wanted to become a tourist.
You can become a travel writer. You can travel the world and write stories.
Really?
Yeah.
Where do you study that?
It's a very necessary program because what we see is that when kids from previously disadvantaged communities go to universities, the dropout rate is very high in the first year because they're not familiar with university environments. They're also not confident, they don't know what they want to go study. So our purpose is not only to improve education in the school community itself, which is one of our main aims, but also to prepare these learners for life after matric and to help them to become responsible citizens of South Africa. Did the Rachel's Angels program make any difference in your life over the past 2 years?
Yes, it did. It made me grow as a person in many senses, and the Rachel's Angels market day really expand my mind into creating new ideas and new opportunities. So that will help me further on in my life as I would like to open my own business one day.
I learned about how to work with my fellow mentees, and I learned about myself, about how to grow that self-confidence that I was lacking, and how to talk in front of people. I actually danced in front of people, what I would never have done.
Well, before Rachel's Angels, I was very quiet, I was very into my shell, but ever since I joined Rachel's Angels, I've actually came out more. I've actually made new friends that I will miss after high school.
And I think it goes back also to what Tata Madiba said, that education is the most powerful weapon with which you can change the world. And if our kids from our communities don't have proper education, they'll be trapped in a cycle of poverty for the rest of their lives.
I think Luzelle is such a wonderful person. She told us a story where she comes from, and I think that's also, most of the trustees, they have a story behind where they are today, and I think that's also a very good motivation for us as mentees to think that they also came from bad backgrounds, but look where they are today.
Most of our parents are working class parents. Most of them are single mothers who raise children. For some of these kids as well, raised by single mothers who don't always have the economic means to support the children well. So there are socioeconomic challenges. There's also general social challenges in the communities. The children will report to you that yes, there's issues with drugs and with gangsterism.
Well, she's very humble, I can tell that as much. She seems to be a fun person, somebody who's dedicated to what they're doing, somebody who has an interest in youth, somebody who loves to give back and who cares about others.
It's just wonderful to be with them and to chat with them and to make jokes with them and to kind of get into their heads a bit and see where they are at and what challenges they are facing and what decisions they have to make.
Okay, she's quite beautiful, so I was like, okay. And then, but as I got to know her, she's a very nice person. She's involved with other people. She want to make the community a better place for everybody, especially for youngsters that's not as privileged as others. She want to create opportunities for them. So she's actually a good impact on the community, and she's a good influence onto the learners and a nice role model.